If something can be owned, chances are somebody out there wants to own it. It's just human nature, which is why it's odd that there's a tree that isn't owned by a person, but rather itself. Alright, so a tree can't actually own itself, right? Well, kinda. In order to understand why and how this tree came to own itself, we need some context. To begin, there was a guy called Colonel William Henry Jackson who owned some land in the city of Athens. No, not the Greek one, the one in Georgia. No, not Georgia, the country, rather the state in the southeast of the United States. Anyways, the colonel was a supposedly accomplished man, but none of his life accomplishments matter here. What really mattered is that he really liked a tree, a white oak tree, to be exact. He liked it so much that he deeded to it ownership of itself in order to protect it. Now, I'm not going to read the exact deed, but it essentially said,
I, Colonel William Henry Jackson, have fond childhood memories of this tree, so I'm declaring that it owns itself and the 8 feet around its base. Deal with it.
Or something like that. The deed was published in a local newspaper called the Weekly Banner in 1890, but it said the deed was actually issued between the 1820s and 30s. Now, this obviously gets a little sketchy because the only person who ever supposedly saw this deed was the author of the newspaper article. Don't worry though, supposedly there were some people in 1890 who said they've also seen this deed, according to the author of the newspaper article. Yeah, so there probably wasn't an actual deed. William Henry Jackson didn't even own the land the tree was on. In fact, he owned the land across from it. As for his childhood memories, well, he didn't even grow up in Athens. He actually grew up in an entirely different county in Georgia. So, does the tree actually own itself? Legally? No. Deeds have to be received by people, not trees. However, in practice, it kinda does, because the people of Athens all accepted the story and went with it. The tree is taken care of, people pass on the story, and it's been left alone. By people, that is. The original tree fell over in 1942 due to decades of decline. Don't worry though, one of its acorns was planted in the exact same spot 4 years later, and a new tree currently sits where the original was. And yes, that tree also owns itself. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care.